9:45 now on grilled chicken. It doesn't have to be boring. This morning we are learning how to make grilled chicken kebabs with tahini sauce.
Tahini sauce. And Holly Bluer is here from Hills Market. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
Thank you.
We're gloved up, good to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, can we start with what in the world's a tahini?
Okay, so tahini is a sesame paste. They grind up sesame seeds and make a paste out of it. It's very traditional in Mediterranean cooking.
Oh, sounds good.
And I mean, they use it all across the country too, or all across the world in different kinds of cuisine, but it's very traditional for Mediterranean.
So does it have like a peanutty taste or
It has a very nutty taste.
Nutty
Yeah,
taste.
it's very umami.
umami? That
Where do
means
we
savory.
begin? Because chicken always makes me nervous on the grill. I don't know
Yes.
why, it just does.
Well, chicken it's the highest cook temperature of all of the meats, and so it definitely can make you nervous because also it is the most poisonous to your body if you do eat it raw. But it's not hard, it's super easy. You just want to make sure that you always cook it to an internal temperature of 165 degrees and you will be totally fine.
Okay, so how do we start? We're going to start with this?
So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna have you, dear, go ahead and take all of your veggies and mix them in with your chicken.
What do you have in here?
These are yellow bell peppers, red bell peppers, and red onions. And you're gonna mix them in with the chicken and all of these herbs. You can
With
go
my
ahead,
hands.
if you want.
You know, use your feet.
You can go.
Put your toes right in there. Hey, you know, one of the questions I have about this, because it's so hard to time the veggies and the meat and be
Yeah.
certain that you've got the meat cooked well enough and the veggies aren't burned. So what's your trick for that?
The way that I like to do it is I will start it on the grill and finish it in the oven.
Oh.
The oven helps the veggies retain a little bit more moisture without getting burnt or overcooked when you mix them in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and
That's
give you some
interesting.
herbs here. We're gonna do a little bit of onion powder.
What size do you like the chicken?
I think that about an inch, like 3/4 of an inch to an inch cubed is
All the way around?
perfect. And then if you give these about the same inch by inch is gonna give you a nice even cook there.
That sounds like geometry. kind of tough.
We're gonna
Continue
do-
mixing?
Continue.
Yeah, we're gonna do paprika and Italian seasoning on
Oh,
there.
that sounds yummy.
And then I'm gonna give you a little drizzle of oil too.
Go for it. Just go crazy.
Is that
I
what
like
kind
it
of oil
oily.
is that?
Olive oil.
An olive oil,
is the
okay.
best.
Uh-huh.
Now with the skewers, do you soak those too?
It's really important to soak the skewers for at least 30 minutes before you start grilling because otherwise they could potentially light on fire. So the water is going to keep them from burning
You
and it makes
laugh,
it a lot easier.
but I've actually done that before.
I think
doubt that.
everybody's done that before. It's fine.
That's funny. Okay, so then
Okay.
are you going to shove this back in the refrigerator to marinate or no?
We're not going to today, but
mean,
you
typically would you?
can, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And you know, the point of marinating is to really infuse what you're cooking with as much flavor as possible.
Right.
So if you put this in the refrigerator for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, you're going to get a nice, good flavor in there.
Good.
So,
All right.
But
30
right now,
minutes to 2 hours.
I am going to have you grab a skewer, and I'm going to let you start skewering
Okay,
while we
take
make
the gloves
the
off,
sauce.
keep them on, doesn't matter.
You're probably going to want them on since
Alright.
you're going to touch some raw chicken, unless you just really want to get all up in there with the raw chicken.
not do
which-
that today.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's good.
Another day, another time.
Okay, so you
Okay.
like to alternate. I'll do a chicken, and then maybe a pepper, and then another chicken, maybe an onion.
So how many do you want on one then? Just 2 to 3, 3,
Yeah,
4?
absolutely.
Whatever you
3
can
to
fit
4,
kind of
whatever
there?
you can fit, yeah. And you know, with depending on the size of your grill, I like the shorter skewers because I think they're way cuter and it's a little bit better size.
They're cuter.
They're super cute.
You want to be cute cooking?
Exactly.
All right, so
So-
let's do this other thing over here.
So we're going to
What is-
go ahead and
What is confit garlic puree?
Nailed it.
confit. Absolutely, confit garlic is basically like you take garlic, put it in a bunch of oil, and you let it sit in the oven for 2 to 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, forever, so long. And then it really infuses the oil with the flavor of the garlic, and it creates this super, super soft garlic that's very roasted, so full of flavor. And we puree it and turn it into this delicious
So this just
stuff.
becomes a dipping sauce then? Is
I
that
mean,
what we're-
basically, yeah.
Okay.
You can mix it into stuff. You can use it in cooking. You can coat vegetables with it for roasting.
So let's make this. So
okay.
we're going to use some of this, I
Yep.
assume.
Go ahead and throw that in there with
The
your
whole thing?
whisk. Yep, absolutely.
All right. Stand back. Oh, you love garlic.
careful.
You love garlic, Adam. This is you.
She sits next to me.
He loves the stuff.
All right, and then I'm gonna give you some of the tahini.
Here we are. That word again.
This is what makes it
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
and
this
this
is
is,
like
I'm
the
supposed to be
secret
whisking, I'm
sauce.
guessing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got it. You're so on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Getting my tahini down here.
Yeah.
Now, how do you describe the taste of this when it's all done, all said?
Amazing, delicious. So you're gonna get, it's a really nice Mediterranean flavor. I'm gonna give you some lemon juice now.
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice is gonna loosen it up and give it a little bit of a citrusy brightness.
Nice.
Which is also really popular in the Mediterranean cuisine. And then
Little
we're
more
gonna
oil.
do the rest of the olive oil in there.
All right.
right.
Now we've got just a second, so we want to get a taste of this.
Yeah,
keep going,
absolutely.
Sean.
And then, you do salt and pepper in that also, or no? Mm-hmm. Okay, a little salt and pepper.
Well, salt, pepper.
And this is your tahini sauce. This is
Yeah.
your mix. Okay.
Sean, it's so easy.
beautiful.
You and I
did
could
such a
do
good
this.
job.
This is work, though,
I'm
man.
telling you.
Okay, can
All
we
right.
try a little bit of this?
Yeah,
Do they know?
absolutely.
Right there.
So we've got,
Good to
these
go?
these are our finished ones. And
Adam, I will have to feed you because your hands,
Yes,
frankly,
you-
are disgusting at this point. Oh, this is a mountain.
Go for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Here you go.
Holly Bluer, thank you.
Holly, thank you so much.
Well,
You're
we'll come
welcome.
back.
Is it yummy? Oh, I could have dipped it for you. Here, want to lick the spoon? Okay, all right. When we come back, we do have a strange but true story. It's one father's bizarre way of finding his son a wife. It cost him $900. We're going to explain what that does. Ooh, in 2 minutes, yeah. Find your son a wife. Huh.
You want me? You know I can't believe it.